I used to be a chronic video gamer. I'd go home and play every single day after school, and on the weekends, I'd play for 8, 10 hours a day, even stay up till 2 a.m. It was absolutely awful. Now I play no video games. I'm focused on leveling up in real life instead. And today, I'm going to tell you that journey slash process of how I did it and how you can too. My name is Charlie, and my goal is to help other young men overcome their digital addiction just like I did, and I want to help you out as well. Let me tell you about my life a couple years ago. I didn't have a PC or console, so I started playing mobile games instead. I started playing this game called Brawl Stars every day, started grinding, leveling up, and eventually I got pretty freaking good. So in Brawl Stars, you have to rank up each character separately, and I got my favorite guy to the highest possible rank. And then on the other ELO ranked mode, where you can use anybody, I got like a top 1% rank in the world on both the solo mode and the team mode versions. Me and my friends, well, I say friends, but I didn't even know them in real life. I met them on Discord. But we were genuinely getting to the level where we could have made some money playing in these online Brawl Stars tournaments. Like pretty trash money, but good for a 16-year-old, you know? We have screenshots of us beating actual professional players who do Brawl Stars for a living and go play in world championships and stuff. It was really fun. I was good, so I think you can see how I would have struggled to quit. But I knew in the back of my mind that it was a waste of time and that I had to delete the game. If you're in the position that I was, where it's really fun, it's a habit, and you've invested a lot of time into it, maybe money, but you kind of want to quit, but you just can't, I want to tell you about this thing called the sunk cost fallacy. This is where you have invested a lot of time and energy into something, so in this case, the game, and you feel reluctant to get rid of it because of all the effort you made, even when you know that your life would be better when you removed it. I was guilty of this sunk cost fallacy big time, and I want to highlight it so that you hopefully don't fall into the same trap that I did. So I was trying to get my favorite guy to rank 35, which is the highest rank that you can get in Brawl Stars. And then after that, I said I would delete it. Well, I did end up reaching that rank, but it took me probably like 20 plus hours to get there because when you're up at the really high ranks, the progress is really slow. And now I don't play, and I realized that getting that rank was just an ego thing and just wasting more hours of my life. But I wanted, because I was already really, really close, you know, so I just wanted that last couple more ranks. The second thing I want to talk about is how to take action and change your lifestyle, and this is something I really, really want to stress, so pay attention. If you genuinely, truly want to change your lifestyle when it comes to video games, you can't play for an hour a day, or wait and play after your exams, or just play on the weekends. When you quit, it has to be permanent. It did take me quite a while to quit, almost a year, because I didn't know about stuff like dopamine detoxing and how video games manipulate your brain and such, and it really does help to know those things, but ultimately, your life is never going to change if you don't take the action of just uninstalling the game. I know it sounds stupid, but that is step number one. Now, with that being said, it is going to be 100 times harder to quit gaming if you have absolutely nothing to replace it. You can use your willpower and stay off the game for probably 2 weeks or so, and I do think you absolutely should. It'll help reset your dopamine baseline so you can enjoy other things again. But in the long term, you're going to have to find something to replace your gaming habit like I did, especially if you spend hours on it every single day and it's a permanent lifestyle thing. So you got to think about the reason that you're playing the game, like what is it doing for you or what are you getting out of it? So for me, I like the competition aspect because I'll be on the Discord calls with your teammates and you strategize who to pick on the certain map and stuff. And so once I quit, I sought out a replacement and then I started doing a lot more sports in high school as a result. Now, I did grow up playing tennis, but I mean just random sports I would try out for that I never even played before in my life. So I started practicing these random sports every day at high school, and then by the time I was a senior, I was getting some pretty decent minutes on basketball, and I was also starting at goalie for soccer, playing all 90. So obviously we faced other schools, the teamwork was there, the competition was there. If you're a high school athlete, you know that feeling of beating the other school at their own campus. It was immaculate. So yeah, sports was a great replacement for me for video games based on that competitive aspect. You may not be an athlete, but you still got to figure out what to replace the game with. For example, if you're super socially awkward and don't really have that many friends in real life, but you have a lot on the game, it's gonna be super hard to uninstall it since that fulfills your natural desire to have a social life. So like I said, you gotta analyze the game that you're playing and figure out what it's doing for you. Let's say it's like a social thing, or you like the competition, or maybe you like the feeling of leveling up, whatever. You gotta find an activity in real life that mimics the element of the game that you like. And when you find it and you realize that you have more enjoyment from that real life activity than you're ever gonna get on the game, it is crazy how your temptations to hop on and play again just disappear. That was a bit of my story on how I quit video games. There's so much more to it, but I didn't want to yap too much. I think I'll save it for another video. Subscribe for similar content, and thanks for watching.